Hello everyone, thanks for watching the video. Today we're going to be replacing a CB axle on the driver's side of this 2002 Toyota Camry. What we'll go ahead and do is take this cap off here. And we're going to look at the axle. Alright, so if you're lucky, you're going to have a cotter pin, but I'm not so lucky. They've tapped mine down there, and I'm going to have to raise that up so that we can get the nut off. Going to have to take the wheel off. Mine had been kind of indexed here. Last person to do the job tapped it in here so that the nut would not come loose, and so that had to be opened up. Be very careful especially you don't want to try to pry something like that. That can break the tip off very easy and break into your eyes, so make sure you wear safety glasses. I used just a kind of a blunt almost screwdriver that I had to modify. You see, it's a heavy duty screwdriver, and just tapped in with the hammer and forced the metal out as I was tapping. And it's still, it's still going to be very difficult. That nut is not going to be used again. That's why they always give you a new axle nut. And it's probably going to take a long time to get it off because it warps the, it warps this nut a little bit right here, and it's just very difficult at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 13 point or 12 point. I'm not sure what that is, but it's not a 6 point, and it is a 30 millimeter. So we're going to put that on. Now I'm going to have to hold the hub so it doesn't turn. This is on here really tight. I think it's like 180 foot-pounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the wheel back on and some lug nuts and set it back down on the ground. Okay, leaving the nut barely on. I'm going to go ahead and take the wheel back off. Okay, so we've got the axle moving now. So we should be able to take it out of the hub assembly okay. We're going to remove this brake line bracket bolt there. That is 12 millimeters. I've already loosened it. Okay. So next we got this, I guess that's ABS line. As you can see, it comes up here. You go ahead and take this bracket off. It's 10 millimeters. Free that up. I have to get a screwdriver. There we go. Okay. Alright, the clip right here. Pull that off each side. freed up there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and detach this speed sensor, and there is a 10mm bolt right here. Go ahead and take that out. And it's pretty easy to get out. And the whole thing just lifts out. Can move this completely out of the way here. Go ahead and put the bolt back in so we don't lose it. So we're going to get these bolts. Now these are nuts, bolts that go through from the strut. I don't know the size of them yet, but there's one here, one here. We're going to get the nuts off. Hopefully we won't have to hold the other side if we get the nuts off, but we may have to, so let me get a wrench or a socket for that. So those nuts are 22mm. Okay, so now I'm going to have to catch the other side over here with another wrench. Alright, next let's loosen the bottom one. So yeah, the nuts come off once they're loosened. I actually didn't have to hold that, just kind of used my other hand, and as you can see the nuts right off. Then we will probably leave it on a little bit and just tap it through the other side. Here's the bottom one. That was really stubborn. See, it's not moving either on the. We're good there. So yeah, we're going to have to do some tapping here. Alright, so I've got the one of the strut bolts out. You can see it's already out of the alignment. So once I get the second one out, I need to prepare because this is going to drop. So I've got my jack there. And then we want to get the axle through the hub. So just trying to prepare. Don't want to pull this line out here. So I've got clear passage now for the axle to come out. I'm going to have to get underneath the vehicle and try to tap it out against the transmission or differential. Supported here with our jack stand. It's probably best to try to jack it up high as you can. Make sure that you use jack stands though. Alright, so there's the other end going into the transmission. And we're going to get a screwdriver pry bar and try to pry this out. There is a snap ring keeping it in place, so we'll have to tap or press until we can free that up, and then we'll pull it on out. Found this chisel. I'm going to try this. Try with my hand to pry it out. If I can't do that, I'm going to be tapping with a hammer. Got a pretty big one right here, but you know, I may use a smaller one. I'm not sure yet how it's going to work, but we're going to get out underneath and we're going to try with this first. Yeah, there may be some transmission fluid that'll come out. There we go. There we go. Alright, let's pull it through from the other side. Yeah, one thing to note before pulling it through, there is a seal there we want to use again, so we don't want to damage that if we can help it. I didn't have any leaking. I didn't have any transmission or transaxle fluid leaking out. Here's what it looks like. Just pry it against it right here. Here's our snap ring. It does drop to one side. It doesn't really stay centered. But I was really kind of surprised how easy it was to get out. Here's our new one. It looks identical from what I can tell. I'm going to put some dielectric grease around here where it seats at. Keep it from rusting. And then I'm going to do something also, and I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, so do your own due diligence. But you see how the ring drops? And it can make it very hard to get on and snap that in place. So I'm going to take some Vaseline and try to see how I raised it up there. I'm going to do that number on it. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's something that you should be doing or not. I'm not a mechanic, but I've heard of people doing that, so we're going to try it. That's what it looks like. We want to try to keep that seal from being damaged, line up the splines, and then we're going to tap it from the end to get the snap ring to go into place. I'm going to move it around till I get those splines lined up. All right, I got them engaged. Okay, here we are. Got that dust cover flush with the transmission. Now that's, you know, we're working on the driver's side. Let me show you the, there's the, we may have a leaking seal over here on the passenger side. Can't tell if it's leaking there or if it's leaking up here at the gasket. I know the passenger side one is much harder to do than the driver's side. Alright, so let's go back and try to get this thing wrapped up. Going to lift and line up our holes here, and then our axle should follow through the splines there and line up once we do that. So I'm going to grab one bolt, using both hands. I'm going to lift the assembly up and probably push the bottom bolt through. Okay, I didn't do the nuts on this side. It was just too awkward for me. So we got our nuts on the left side. That should be fine. We got our axle through the splines here. Next, what we're going to do is put our speed sensor back in place. $10mm bolt. I'm going to tighten all these later. I'm going to get everything kind of buttoned up, lined up. Got our bracket here, so our brake fluid hose went on like that from what I can remember. Okay, and then up here, I think I left that bolt in, yeah. Eyeball everything and make sure that you've got everything back in place. Put this clip, it lines up over here on the side into that groove. Yeah. All right, I'm going to tighten everything up. So the sun's starting to set here. I'm going to go ahead and finish up off camera. All I have to do is just tighten the axle nut here down to 217 foot-pounds, and then press it in place here down here with just tap it in like it was before. So yeah, we've got these at 155 foot-pounds, both of these. I just tightened this pretty snug like I took it off, as well as right here, and as well as the speed, that speed cable nut here. So we're good. Guess that's going to be it. Thanks for watching the video replacing a CV axle, 2002 Toyota Camry. This is a 3.0 liter. Till next time, have a nice day. Take care.